There he is. Is that him? There he is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not hitting it.
To be or not to be. Where's the killer bee? I apologize to you guys from the bottom of my heart. I have never missed a podcast. I have never, the only time I've ever missed a show in my life, I was hurt, really, really hurt. Maybe out of over 5,000 matches, I might have missed, I don't know, a couple weeks of wrestling for injuries till later in life. But to get on your podcast, my gosh, I've had some, we all have ups and downs. I realize how life is, I've lived life, guys. I have lived life. Let me turn this thing off. I'm sorry. I just got back actually from we'll sing the blues just for a second so you understand, so you can walk in my shoes. Never judge a man till you walk 3 moons in his moccasins. But I just came back from the hospital because my father-in-law was supposed to die yesterday. The last time I was on your phone, on your show, my dad was in critical condition, and thank God he pulled through. And today, Larry, my father-in-law, they thought he was going to die, but he didn't. But man, maybe you guys are good luck. I hope I don't jinx myself now. But just kidding, because I'm on the Shining Wizards. This is going to be awesome. But so I went through a couple little bit of down times, but everything is good. The hive's alive. I feel I'm buzzing, brother. I'm ready to be on the Shining Wizards. I just wanted to let you know where I've been. And then I had computer problems and da-da-da-da-da. We all have our excuses, but it's not one. It's the truth.
Well, Mr. Blair, you made it here. And I do want to say, you said you've only missed like one wrestling match in your life.
Well, a couple, just from injury.
But I know you didn't show up for that last CWF show.
Oh man, that's true. I told you. I mean, the truth be told, it's right in the book. Read it. It's a great book. I promise you.
I'm on chapter 18. You just got to the WWF for your second time, and you're just going to start teaming with Jim Brunzell. This is a phenomenal read.
Well, thank you, Double T. I mean, it's an honor, like I said, to be on your show. You guys have one of the top podcasts on the internet, and it's just, again, I apologize for the last time. It's a new day. It's a positive day. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives, and we're going to have a great show. I can't wait.
Yes, just
yes, I did miss a shot, and you got to read the book. You'll like it because it's a story about, being down and up, and, it's all good. I mean, I'm so happy we're almost at Christmas time, and I had fans, I had fans calling me from your show, texting me. I mean, not calling me, thank God, but I love my fans. But believe me, I mean, my friends are really my friends. Every time I meet somebody at a signing or something, they like become my friend. And all of a sudden, I'm doing like 27 texts, that I wouldn't normally have to do a day. And there's some nice people that you meet in this business, guys. Just like I'm humbled and I'm proud to meet you guys, and just happy to be on your show.
Well, thanks for being here, Mr. B Brian Blair, man. This is awesome for me, and I know the rest of the guys as well. You said, somehow 5,000 matches, and that's a lot of miles that you put on. Any good road stories maybe that didn't make it into the book you can share with us?
I have so many good stories that never made it into that book. It's unbelievable. Ian Douglas is probably the greatest writer, present day writer for wrestling books. He's writing Rotundo's book right now. He just got done writing 2 of Steve Kern's books. I mean, you go back and see the books that he's already penned on Amazon, and it's really amazing. The guy's pretty brilliant. But I've got stories from I handed him like 1,000 pages, made all these notes, and then I got osteomyelitis in my back, and then all this stuff happened. So a lot of stuff got left out, and I'm glad you asked that, because a lot of times historians try, and I love historians. If it wasn't for historians, a guy my age wouldn't be on your show right now. I mean, I love these guys. I mean, I'm now in the older generation, but I got to grow up in the and it's great how the younger guys have so much respect for you. I mean, that's probably what I love about the business today the most. I mean, I can walk up to Dwayne Johnson. I can walk up to anybody, even though Dewey's not working right now. I mean, Hulkster is one of my best friends in the whole world, but Steve Kern is one of my. I mean, I talk to these guys weekly, daily sometimes, and they're just the new guys. I meet them at Cauliflower Alley Club. That's one of the most humbling things that I get to do. And I know we're going to talk about some road stories, and we'll probably get into this, but I'm just I'm just thinking of some wonderful things. So, Kota Kinabalu on the island of Sabah. You ever heard of that?
Not even once.
No.
It's off the Malaysian coast. So we have Frenchie Martin. We have the Nasty Boys, so they can attest to this. Golly, there was a bunch of guys, but these are the main characters for what I'm going to tell you on this story. Marty Jannetty ran a motorcycle up these stairs and went into a fountain in Malaysia, and Kota Kinabalu's off the coast. What a tour that was! But yeah, it was the first time we had like a full-fledged, a real riot. I mean, an actual where everybody's waylaying, and it's the Killer Bees against the Nasty Boys, and there was already some flare-ups. We had great matches, great card. Matter of fact, the tickets there were $100. Wait, I got to make this story good. You see this? Wait a minute. Where's the camera? I don't know. Can you see that? If I put it on my chest? Where's it gotta go? Where's it gotta go?
Yeah, if you put it on your chest, it shows through.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, it says at the bottom. It says $100. It said, I'll read it. Sabah Amateur Boxing Association presents world-class wrestling. Kota Kinabalu Community Center, the 5th of November, 1989. So historians, you got to write that down because I guarantee you it's not in your books. None of the tours that we went on after WWF, none of that stuff's in any of the historians. Go to Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, all these different places. And don't worry, I'm going to tell you the story. But we go to all these different places that aren't really in the historians' books. It's amazing. The tours to Russia with the Samoans and the world's strongest man, Ken Patera. Oh my gosh! But getting back to Kota Kinabalu, the first and only riot. We did have a little one, but not like this in Japan, in Hiroshima. But even got the ticket for that right there. I don't know who did what. I know that Knobs had Brunzell. Let's make it simple. The heels had us in a very awkward position and got the referee's distraction and waylaid Brunzell, and all of a sudden, bada boom. I mean, this place was packed now, probably 2,500, 3,000 people in this big auditorium. Not big, a 3,000 seat auditorium. It was packed. And I mean, they started flooding the ring, and the promoter, Dylan, we had two promoters there, Mahar Singh and Dylan. Dylan is also the referee, and I'm smacking. Everybody's doing their job. I mean, everybody's knocking them. I wish I had this on film. And all of a sudden, from behind me, the referee and promoter, he grabs me from behind because he's getting the boots put to him. I could see out of my eye. I can't help him, or I'm going to get waylaid. And he pulls me right on top of him. All of a sudden, Knobs falls on top of me, and they start booting it. somehow we got out of that place and we were hammered. I mean, it was the worst. It was crazy. It was absolutely unbelievable. But you know, stuff like that, it's not in the book. You know, maybe there's some stuff from Russia and there's some stuff from other stuff, but I guess the historians have to read all the different books, you know, Tito Santana's book and all my buddies' books, and Steve Kearns, like I said, and maybe they can piece together. You guys could do it, maybe. You guys interview everybody, but I think the point I wanted to make is the history of wrestling is so important, and I appreciate those guys so much. And eventually, I want to get to the Cauliflower Alley Club, but I have as many stories as you want to listen to. I mean, that was just a true story that just hurts. You know, I was thinking, you made me think about Japan and Mr. Wonderful. Foreign, you know, going on foreign trips too. We went to this little island that sells they make these dolls, and they have the mongoose and the snake fight each other. So Orndorff and I, when we were curious, wanted to see that, so we went and watched this. We had the data to do that, and usually the snake wins. No, the mongoose wins usually. It's like 8 out of 10 times. But anyway, we wound up getting stuffed mongooses, and Orndorff coveted his so much. I have one. I can bring it in. But anyway, he coveted this snake and this mongoose so much, and he fell asleep on the plane. And in Japan, they're very, very humble. I mean, really, really humble. And in Asia, all over, and the Middle East, the Asians, and we're on the plane, and Paul falls asleep, the plane lands, he's sleeping. I take his doll, I give it to the lady. Oh, no, she doesn't want it. I said, presento. You give him a present, you know, they have to take it. It's like their custom. So she takes the snake. Thank you very much. I go down the stairs. Orndorff wakes up. I look up, and they're arguing back and forth for that mongoose and that snake, and he's saying she's saying no, presento. A little bit later, you know, we're at the baggage place, and he's looking all over for his bags. I sneak his snake again, and I put it on the thing that goes around and look through his bags. And then he looks for his snake. He can't find the snake, and it's on the baggage thing. I mean, we had so much fun in these little places in the third world countries. It's absolutely amazing, some of the stories.
I don't want to cut you off, Brian, but this is a story from the book, and this was you ribbing him back for him maybe putting a little drugs in your drink and getting you a little sideways, no?
Oh my gosh. One thing, I need some water. I usually always have water here. Well, I don't know if you're talking about the time with the pencil. No, that was in New Orleans.
No. This is when he was dropping when he drugged the referee.
He drugged Masao Hattori.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And we went into that's right. I talked to Hattori today. I swear, I got a call from Masao Hattori today. We were talking about Osamu Nishimura. Another story. Pray for him. Golly. So Hattori's going up and down the bus. There were Tuanols, these little blue and red and green, 3 tricolored pills. And if you put them in somebody's drink, I mean, you'd be in La La Land. He puts 2 of those in Masao. Masao Hattori was he was in the World Games in wrestling, but he's only like 136 pounds. But we got back to a small town. Are you talking about the mats? There's so many ribs. Yes. I'm trying to think. So many ribs. The mats.
He got you all. He drugged you.
Yep.
You went to your room. He threw all the mats on top of you.
All of them, yes.
And then you guys went and saw the mongoose snake fight, and that's when you decided you were going to take his figurine and give it away.
There you go. Thank you. So I really, really, really appreciate the way you laid that out, HK, because I don't know why my mind is just like thinking of so many things. I don't know if I was Osamu Nishimura is a great guy. Again, I don't want to see down stuff, but he's got cancer. He lived with me for 6 months here. He's a big star in Japan. He has a beautiful 6-year-old son, and he's got terminal cancer, and he's fighting like crazy. So Hattori called me up, and we talked for about 18 minutes, and we talked real serious, real somber, serious talk. So, and then with my father-in-law today, I know a professional is never supposed to wear his day on his shoulder, but woo, I've been wearing a lot, and it's just it's gotten to the point where I'm just shooting with you guys. It's like so much pressure, and every day I'm helping somebody get a phone call from the Cauliflower Alley Club, and somebody's sick or somebody needs money, or this has happened to them and that's happened to them. But you go through all that time, and now I get on your show, and I'm so excited to be on your show, and I just got to lift myself up to get back into just talking about wrestling rather than thinking about this stuff. But that's what I appreciate about the wrestling family. I've just grown so in love with everybody, and it gets so close to my heart. And after a while, you need somebody to pick you up. And I really say that, and it's good to be on your show, and it's great to get texts from your fans. I'm so thankful right now for you guys. I know that's a kind of a soggy, sappy story, which I've never been like this, but I'm just shooting with you guys.
That's what we're here for, though. We're here to give you the platform to get whatever you need to get off your chest. Everyone sees you as B Brian Blair, the pro wrestler, but you're also a human too. You have good days, you have bad days. We appreciate the fact that you come here with your heart on your sleeve, and you're just, talking to us like we've been friends for 50 years. We appreciate it.
And that's how I feel, Double T. I mean, it's like, I love you guys. I care about everybody so much, and I want to tell you the best stories I can. I got a million zillion of them in my head, and that's why God bless Ian. He's so good at getting that stuff out of you.
Maybe this will make you feel a little bit better. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this picture? It's my buddy's kid holding a B Brian Blair figure, watching us do the podcast live.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, little buddy. God bless you. Okay,
yeah, man.
All right. I'm ready now.
So there you go. Little lift of the spirit.
I just stopped at Hazel's Honey Hut and picked that orange blossom special. Chugged it on down, and I'm ready now. Okay, let's do it. I needed something like that. That guy just picked me up. Thank you, young man. You're a real gentleman.
Well, I'm gonna bring the mood down again, because I gotta ask about the time you wrestled Larry Zbyszko. Sounds like one of the experiences.
No, that they will not bring anybody down. That doesn't bring anybody down. Tell him, B Brian Blair. Tell him, B Brian Blair, how great Larry is.
Oh gosh, well, why don't you ask Larry? But he'll be the first one to tell you how great he is. I like Larry, but he's a character. And he was a hell of a golfer too, but you all know that. You guys know everybody better than I do. And anyway, we were down in Southern Florida. Ron Bass, Larry, and who was the? Let's see. I think it was Mike Graham and one other person. But Larry was. That was a terrible time. That's when you realize when you're getting too old to get in the ring. I love Ron Bass, but poor Ron was having a hard time, and Larry was just walking and talking like he always does. And it was getting frustrating to me. You know, Mike and I wanted to wrestle, have a good time and work and entertain the audience. And it's different, you know, when you're aging out, you know, and you go into those spot shows, you know, you got the trunks on at 50 years old and 60 years old. But it's amazing what a good match. So I don't care. I mean, right now I couldn't do it because of my back, but there's guys, DDP, man, DDP is incredible. I mean, I guarantee you he could go hit a diamond cutter, you know, and not know that he's 69 years old. I mean, you know, we just appreciate, you know, all the support we get from, you know, when we do autograph signings, whether it's selling books, whatever it is, emails, signing cards. We just, we love it. If you need a couple guys for a wedding, Brunzell and I, you know, your best man leaves you, you know, call us up. You can go to bookprowrestling.net, which is soon to be bookprowrestling.com. And there's a plethora of talent that you can book. Steve Stasiak's awesome. And it's very, very organized. You know, it's good to see guys, you know, take advantage of every little sector of what the business is and how it evolved. And you guys came into podcasting, you know, who would ever thought that, you know, and in the 80s and 90s and late 70s, you know, it's amazing how far. Can I get a water? Thank you, ma'am. No problem. No. No. Anyway, excuse me. So I don't know where I was at. Oh, I asked for a water. Forgive me.
I gotta know where you're at. Are you at like a restaurant or something?
Oh, no. I just got home. I'm in my little man cave.
Oh, I like the Live in the Hive behind you. I like that.
Oh, thank you very much, honey dear, honey buns. Don't you love your wife? No, I do. I'm just kidding.
I love my wife. I
do. I wouldn't have been so worried and drove all the way out there. No, we're just having a conversation here in my living room.
It's not. Now look, you, sir, you did make a cardinal mistake in your youth, though, when you got into the professional wrestling business, and you ended up dating the Booker's daughter.
The owner's daughter. I mean,
a blind owner with a gun.
Yeah, a blind owner with a gun. Wow, that was terrible. Oh boy. Yeah, he tried to shoot me, and it was ugly. I mean, oh boy. Let's not go into that. You read the book.
There you go.
In the book.
We're trying to sell some books here, people.
Oh boy. You know, I don't like to, you know, to put myself over. You know, but a lot of people don't realize what the Killer Bees did. I mean, if you go to that back of that book, and I mean, we're both in the Hall of Fame in Iowa, and we got, you know, athletes awards. I got the Lou Thez Award in Iowa. And, you know, Brunsey got the, why am I having it's another one, but we've, you know, WrestleMania 2, 3, 4, you think of all the things, and nobody realizes the single careers that both of us had. That's one thing I get disappointed about. I'm not saying nobody, but the masses know us as the Killer Bees, which is it's fine. You know, it's great. I mean, there was a couple of mistakes made. You know, we didn't get the belts. They promised us to get the belts 3 times. They should have made masks. We should have WrestleMania 3 should have been a title match. You know, there's a lot of things. You know, it's easy to, you know, be a Monday morning quarterback, but some of the things, you know, were promised to us. It's not like it was, and yeah, I don't know. We sold so many gimmicks of us, though. I mean, from Cracker Jack toys, when that marketing first came out, it was just unbelievable. Circle K cards, Cracker Jack boxes. It was just ice cream. There was the marketing was not nearly as good now, but that's when they found that. And it's just amazing to talk about kind of how the business have evolved. I know you guys know everything about it. And I got to experience it though, working with guys like Bob Orton Sr. and, Mr. Poffo, Angelo Poffo. You think about, right at the tail end of their careers, and most people don't know who those guys are. And it's again, great to have historians, and I'm just sharing some memories. I don't think are in the book. I don't know if that's in the book. I could never express how grateful I am to all those guys that would come down, Jack Briscoe and Bob Backlund and Pat Patterson and everybody that would come to the dungeon when Hero wasn't beating you up, and take their time with you. That was all good stuff. And I see, like I said, I see the kindness that is passing on to this generation. I see it all the time. And CM Punk, all the guys, Kofi, I love Kofi. Just you go through. I tell you, a good guy is Scoot Andrews, super guy. But so many of the boys you meet along they're just always your friends. And when you get on a podcast, I go on a couple of different podcasts. I don't want to even say, but we'll be friends after this. It's cool, again, it's great to see and learn from everybody and watch the business evolve together, and this will be a big happy family. And
so you mentioned a couple current talents that have actually been around for a while now. Is that something that you try to make an effort to do, is keep in contact with some of the current day superstars, and how important is that to you to either pass along your experiences or just get to know them as people? How important is that to you?
Oh, it's extremely important. Very, very important. The last live event that I was at was the last Royal Rumble, and just talked to Hunter for a while, Triple H, a bunch of guys, sat with Hogan, went and talked to all the guys, and they're just so kind and so nice and so humble, and that's a great feeling to me. I get excited and so happy when you go into a locker room and guys aren't just acting like, oh, I'm it, and it's total respect, and it's a great thing. I love that. So, and that's why I love the CAC so much. The Cauliflower Alley Club, gentlemen, we have given away at the Cauliflower Alley Club about $70,000 just since our reunion in August to 46 different causes. It's amazing what we do. And somewhere around here, yeah, it's amazing what we do. For example, this was our, again, I forgot, you guys can't see good in here, but maybe
look at that. I see the Stinger.
Yeah.
Buff Bagwell, Kurt Angle, the Dudleys,
Jim Ross.
There's to have like Kurt Angle at the CAC, he got at one time it was called the Future Legends Award in 1996, I believe it was, and he just got he was inducted into the CAC Hall of Fame with the Luthez Award. You have to be an outstanding amateur wrestler, and obviously Kurt was, and he just had a blast. He loved it so much. Both him and Lex couldn't have been any better. They both signed autographs for an hour, and we have a blast there. But we give away so much money, and unfortunately, the new guys somehow they got to fight wrestling. I'm not saying they need a union because that's a dirty word to them, but every other major entertainment group has it, whether it's football, baseball, and believe you guys know as well as I do, wrestling, their numbers are right up there with many of the sports that give the boys benefits. And they need to step up and do that. Right. Anyway, the CAC we fill in that gap. Gosh, I can't tell you how many guys that get cancer. So then you get close to their families and different people. We have this award called the Courage Award. I'm just thinking of the guy that just won it. And we don't mention guys' names when we help them. We don't mention anybody's name unless they want us to. But Black Bart, and pray for him, my friends. If you're a godly person, pray for Black Bart. He really need. I know Samu Nishimura. They both need your prayers. They are, and believe me, I'm a Christian, a God-loving, God-fearing man, and I'm not going to give you a sermon, but it means the world to me, my faith. And I don't believe me. There's one thing I say at CAC, unless you want to. Lex, was a spiritual talker, but we don't. Not to get away from the subject, but again, these guys are in bad shape. And Bart, I just talked to his wife. He isn't doing good. You guys know Black Bart?
I was a big fan of Black Bart's, yeah.
Yeah, he's okay. Anyway, he was partners with Ron Bass. He's one of JBL's. What a great guy JBL is, man. That guy helps us so much every year at the CAC. There's so many guys. Medusa, I love Medusa. She's there. Rich Ingling. We have Ron Hutchison, just after 10 years of great service, just stepped down. But these guys, everybody, it's a collaborative effort. And this year it's going to be off the chart. We're going to do something this year that's absolutely amazing. And, this is really where my passion is, guys, is because you see how much money and we're the most efficient, according to our account, we're the most efficient, effective 501c3 corporation that him or his firm, he's got a big firm, that they have ever seen. Because we don't take any salary, we don't do anything. We just work our butts off, fly ourselves out there, pay for everything except an upgraded hotel room. But we got some great. Our 59th reunion is going to be a blast too coming up. Like I said, we got some great plans, and we're going to have some great talent there as well. You'll love it. But that is August 18th, 19th, and 20th. And every dime that we bring in goes to the cause. It all goes to the wrestlers, or to, bury somebody. We help out a youth wrestling foundation, and we give in a spirit of transparency. We also give a small donation to the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in Iowa, because they carry on the tradition, the history, which is very important to all of us, which is another 501c3, of course. And so we're very efficient. Rich watches those dollars, perfect. And then there's triple cross checks. There's no way anybody can steal a penny. And I don't sign checks because I don't ever want that dirt on my name. But my wheels are constantly turning, trying to make it a better experience for everybody. But I don't care who it is. Every time the guys come there, CM Punk, he was so excited, Lex Luger, all the guys that come there, Kurt Angle, it's hard to see him excited. He's kind of stone-faced Kurt sometimes, but what a smile he had the whole time. What a blast he had. You know, the guys get up there being honored by their peers. There's so many of the boys there, and it's an amazing event. So I appreciate you letting me mention that on your show, on the Shining Wizards podcast.
Yeah, I mean, any wrestling fan worth a damn knows the CAC pretty well, and especially guys in our demographic. So you mentioned your singles careers, yours and Jim's singles careers, but our demographic is pretty much locked into the Killer Bees.
Yes,
that's 100% what we loved, and that tag team division at the time was unreal. By the way.
Thank you. I believe it was the best tag team division ever.
You just answered my question. I was going to ask you, has there ever been a comparable division for an extended period of time as there was in the WWE in the mid to late 80s?
No, you think about all those tag teams that were in there. I mean, there was good tag teams when I first went to WWF. I mean, you had Alpha and Sika.
Yeah.
Oh, what a scary thing that was. But then we're talking about this great tag team group of tag team guys that Vince put together, a division that he just kind of masterminded. You had the British Bulldogs, you know, you had the Rougeos and Valentine and Beefcake and Demolition and Haku and Barbarian Islanders and, you know, the Strike Force and, you know, Tito. It just went on and on and on. It was an unbelievable tag team division. It would have been, there was some, you know, we had actually the Killer Bees won the tag team tournament, the Jack Tunney tournament, which is a big tournament in Canada there. It was when I was there. That's when we first started Saturday Night Main Event. I mean, we were the foundation. A lot of people don't realize this. I'll tell you why I like the singles career real quick. You just kicked in. Thank you. This is, I wrestled Paul Orndorff as much as anybody did, from Louisiana to my first trips to New York. And in '84, I was getting Paul ready for WrestleMania 1. Tito and I. It was back and forth. Me and Tito. And we do Paul the favor, and we're getting the heat on him. Oh man, big heat, man. We almost got Paul got a bottle in his mouth in Boston Gardens. I told that story in the book. Dick Worley almost got killed by an elbow pipe. I mean, Boston was the roughest place, but you know, from Madison Square Garden, I wrestled Paul Orndorff all over the place, and he I don't know. I don't think I wrestled Paul in the Garden, but in big venues all over, and tons and tons of the smaller venues. And growing up with Paul and getting him, I used to help Paul all the time. And if he was here, he would tell you that. And he's already said it. You know, he'd ask me for advice and this and that. And it was almost easier to, it's like I've coached for so long, so many sports. I was kind of almost like born to be a coach rather than a player. You know, it's fun to pass little knowledge, and I love to coach stuff from kids especially. But anyway, it's from wrestling that kind of gives me that passion. And Paul was the guy that, but we built that. You know, Paul was the first one of the the strong heel in WrestleMania 1, and he continued on, and Paul should have been the world champion, in my opinion, after he got hurt. That injury, I believe it happened, I don't know if it was Orndorff and Hogan had one of the best steel cage matches I've ever seen in the Cap Center in Maryland. It was freaking awesome. And I remember Paul said to me, this is a great story. And I don't think, we're in the Cap Center. Paul's getting ready to wrestle Hogan in the cage, and he's going to me, beep, beep. He called me Beeper, you know. I said, yeah, Papa, what's up? he said, I need to outsmart Hogan. I need to do something. I got to go out there and shine first, get some heat, and outshine him. You got any ideas? And I said, no. I said, how about this? I said, you know your body's better than his. Yeah. That's how Paul would be. Yeah. You know, you're more chiseled. You're more of a bodybuilder. Hulkster's big, huge. You need to capitalize on those striations and the yeah. And I'm sucking them in and sucking. And you know, at that time, Paul was injured because he got injured and his nerve was shrinking in his arm. And I kept saying, Paul, you need to take time off. Go get fixed. You'll come back. You're going to be the world champion. Well, he wouldn't listen. You know, he's making, 30, 40 grand, 50 grand more every week. I mean, big, huge money, $27,000, just action figure. And he did not want to stop. He would not stop to get the operation. And, he had a pinched nerve, and it was blocking the blood flow into his bicep and into his right arm. So I said, okay, your legs are way better than his. Oh, yes. So I said, you know how he does a bow and arrow, Bob Huckster does? Well, you got to do that. You emulate him and then show him your legs for every move he does, highlight him, show him, beat him at every move. And then afterwards, show him your legs. Tell him, yeah, he's buying this hook, line, and sink. Show him your abs. Yeah, do the wonderful. Yeah. Get mean. Show him that mean. Yeah. And I said, then break down into the fiddler crab. He goes, yeah, I'm not break down into the. Well, fiddler crab only had one arm, and his arm was all shrunk. Trying to get a thing, and oh my God, I thought he was going to punch me. He got so pissed when I said that because he is so vain. I mean, so freaking vain. Oh God, the only guy I know, he'd jump up. We used to have, heal a room at the day's end and be in the, he'd be in one bed, I'd be in another bed, and he'd jump up. He always he'd shower in 5 minutes. I mean, he was quick, but he had to have that blow dry, the cologne, fresh. I mean, he had to always have the tight jeans, looking good. Paul was just, he was a character. I miss that guy so much, Mr. Wonderful. But that was funny. I had a lot of great stories with Paul. There's so many stories.
And a lot of the stories can be found in the book, Truth Be Told. You throw Truth Be Told into the Amazon search engine or just into Google, it'll pop up. It's a great Christmas gift for any wrestling fan out there. It's an unbelievable read. I'm enjoying it so much, and I'm just getting to the Killer Beast stuff, so I'm super excited to get through that. And look, I know I've been reading it for a while now. I'm not a fast reader. Don't pick on me, people. All right, and you know what fucked me up, right, Brian? You don't call Hulk, you call him Terry. So I'm reading the fucking book, and you're going, and Terry said this, and I'm going, who the fuck is Terry? I miss Terry. I got to go back 3 pages.
I'm sorry.
It's on the front of the book, stupid. It says Terry Hulk Hogan. I go, duh, you dummy. See, I'm not the smartest. I'm not the brightest bulb in the bunch, people.
Oh, that's a great story. I most people know. Well, maybe I take it for granted. Maybe Ian and I kind of, slipped up there, but I tell you guys, before the end of that book, I was in the worst pain that I could ever tell you. Nobody knows what osteomyelitis feels like. It's worse than kidney stones, worse than having a baby, because pregnant women that have had it said, "Oh, this is way, way worse." People, I've had kidney stones. Osteomyelitis, brother, feels like they're stabbing you, and it won't stop. It's relentless. And I had to be picked up with these, scooped out of my house. I mean, it was months before I could walk again. And that pain was, it's like you want to die. And so, but now I've got 2.5 pounds of metal in my body. I can't swim. I'm like the Bionic Man. I got like a railroad track all the way up my things. So we all get hurt in wrestling. It's so many guys, and that's one thing. You know, I mean, if you look at my hand right here, I mean that's stitched from. And you know where I did that right there? I did that right here. Let me see. Oh, every story that I tell you, I can back up. This is a Japan ticket, and can you see who's on there?
Yeah. Is that no? It's a little blurry.
Looks like a Noki.
Is that Stud? Is the Stud Orndorff?
Yeah.
I can't see.
Anyway, it's Eddie Gilbert, Orndorff, of course, Inoki, Muta, Sakaguchi, bunch of guys. But Big John Studd was a great guy. Pulled a great rib on him there. You know, his back was killing him. You guys asked me to talk a couple of ribs. So Big John Studd. That's where Big John Studd named Paul Oscar. Because he was grouching so much. We were on a 6-week tour there. And it's also where we had a riot in Hiroshima. I could tell you lots of stories. I don't know how much. But anyway, Big John Studd. John Minton was such a good guy, and shout out to his son. Wonderful kid, and his daughter, and his wife. But John's back was hurting him so bad, and everything's a rib in the business it was that it's changed now. But we wouldn't go into this little town, and it's so hard to find the light switch. I got off the bus first, and I was searching for it for 5 minutes. So John had this big luggage, and he's the last guy, always last guy. He gets up to this floor, and he's screaming, holding onto the thing. And then you hear, "Where's the effing light switch?" I said, "John, it's under the bed." What? I said, "These countries are messed up, brother." A couple of minutes later, we hear, he's screaming. We run down into the room, thought somebody's getting murdered. It was Big John Studd, and he was stuck. From under the bed, he was looking for the light switch. Oh gosh! Oh, forgive me. God bless him. Oh.
Well, Brian, this has been an absolute pleasure. I know we've only scratched the surface, but we don't have all night.
No, absolutely not.
Truth be told, grab that book. And Brian, we'd love to get you back on, maybe before the Cauliflower Alley Club reunion in August. We could talk about that, and you know, by that point, hopefully the big announcement has been made, and we can discuss that.
Yeah. I got some big announcements for CAC this year. Really big. So baby. Yeah. Sometime before we'll plug it down. I really appreciate it, guys. God bless you. WTHK.
KJJ, it's tough.
KJJ.
Yeah.
Super guys. Kevin. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. Have a Merry Christmas. I appreciate you putting up with me tonight, man. You got to see the real B breakdown. I swear, I've never done that. I mean, this is a professional live podcast, but you got to see my heart, my soul, and I don't care because I appreciate you. We're all real people, and we still had some fun.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling us professional. Brian, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a happy holiday. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks again, Brian.
God bless you. Thank you.